Well, hello again. It's Bob N1 KPR, and today we're looking at an off-air broadcast monitor, AM and FM commercial broadcast. It's a quick and dirty project I put together for a friend of mine that's in the broadcast business, and something he wanted to play with and try out for mobile use and field use for monitoring station activities. So I looked around at various designs and possibilities for a basic system that could be used. I even entertained some of the professional units that are sold today that could be modified for his purposes. We looked at some of the older hi-fi component tuners, which had pretty good sensitivity, selectivity, and low noise, and so on. But oddly enough, I found an under-the-counter Sangen radio. It's made for the kitchen. And I always liked the radio. It always sounded good. It was quiet, sensitive, selective, with good audio quality. So I took it apart. Took it out of the kitchen, I took it apart. And everything inside seemed to be pointed at stuff that I could use to create a new architecture for a little rack mount, fairly inexpensive project. So here it is, sitting on top of the digital Sangen, which we have a video demonstrating that right here on YouTube. My YouTube channel is N1KPR, November 1 Kilo Papa Romeo. And below it are the time and weather government broadcast receivers. Those are also on my channel. But anyhow, back to this thing. We took the basic Sangen, mounted it in a 2-unit 19-inch rack panel, and added all the necessary features that would be required for off-air broadcasts and for doing air checks and so forth. And here's the unit. We do need, since it's digital, we do need some kind of display or indication of signal strength. And what I've done here, let me just turn it on. This is a little washed out. These are green 7-segment displays, but it's kind of washed out on the camera here. We've built a circuit and running this from pre-AGC within the radio, calibrated it to RF microvolts, or over in this position, actual S units, and the S units are based on 50 microvolts for an S9. So that gives you, as you travel around, some indication of the signal strength that you have. Let's just turn it on. Here we're tuned to a medium power station. It's not too far from here for demonstration purposes. Here are all the secondary circuits have been turned on by this switch. The radio will stay on as long as it's plugged in to retain its memory. That draws virtually microamps, so that's not a concern. This switch allows us to bring in all the auxiliary and ancillary stuff. Here's an antenna shunning control so that you could literally mute the radio if you're recording or doing some kind of studio talkback or whatever. You could instantly mute. So let's go into the signal
right now
here.
On a weekend sale, a fabulous weekend sale.
Okay.
You can call us toll free.
Now what we have here is headphone monitoring, external, internal speaker. We have a pre-selector in case there's a nearby local channel, co-channel, not co-channel, but side channel interference. You can flip in the pre-selector and tune the low, medium, or high portion of the band, and then make a variable adjustment to zero in on your station. It has a pretty high Q of about I don't know, 26 to 32 dB, sometimes a little bit more of peaking on a 10 kilohertz channel basis. We've also added a preamp. Has an attenuator that's always in circuit, and a gain control for the preamp. You could actually overdrive the system with the preamp. So we'll turn it off. You notice the indication now is 56, 57 microvolts, and we chop it down, shut it off to 49, which in terms of S units is almost S9. We have 8.9 S units and 49 microvolts. So that's pretty much in calibration. It's a very lightweight, handy thing they could throw in the van, the radio station's van, or you can just put it in your family room and listen to the silly thing. It has a timer that tells you how long you've actually been listening. This will count up for program syndication or commercial timing, or switch to studio, switch to remote functions, or it can be set up as a clock, and you can just use it as a clock. And it also has an alarm function. You can take an output from the alarm function and make a closure and switch in whatever other equipment you might want to switch, but that's probably not necessary. So this is it. It's a basic little home project prototype thing that we put together for this fella, and we'll see where it goes from there. I want to thank you for watching. This is Bob, N1KPR, and please visit my channel, N1KPR on YouTube. Thank you.